And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Vasel here.
I'm Zee Garcia, what's happening?
Today we're taking a look at a game from Queen called Parfum.
Ah, le parfum, c'est magnifique.
Now, I am actually a fan of the theme because I think that we need more different, unique themes in the gaming industry, and this is certainly one of them.
Okay, I agree with that.
This is back in the times of yore when people needed perfume just to basically communicate with each other.
Correct.
So in this game, you are making perfume, bottling it, selling it for the most victory points. Here's the board. This is a 4-player sideboard. If you're going to play with less than that, you use the other side. And everyone is going to take turns over a certain number of rounds. The rounds are going to go until this tile is drawn from the pile, and that will be the final round. And what players are going to be doing in this game is the first thing you do is you can decide how early you're going to wake up in the morning. The earlier you wake up, you can go first, but you get fewer actions. So if I go third, I will get 5 actions. So when it's a player's turn, in turn order, these actions they can spend. Each action allows them to take a die. They're going to put them back when their turn's over. So you're basically picking some dice. You got blue, green, red, black, and purple. The blue, green, and red have perfume bottles on 4 of the 6 sides and flies on the other 2. The purple and black have flies on 3 of the sides. So they're more dangerous perfumes to work with, I guess. You can also, for an action, take a water droplet. And also, if some of these spots are clear, you can draw from the bag and fill those up for an action if you so desire. After you're done taking actions, let's say for my actions I took 2 blue and 2 purples, or a purple and a black, I guess. So I'll take those dice and then I will roll them. Now I've rolled 3 flies and a perfume bottle, which is pretty bad because flies are essentially failures. However, I can use a water droplet to change one die to a perfume or to re-roll all dice of one color, which in this instance would not matter. So let's say I use 1 perfume, now I have 2 blues. I can then buy one of these, so I'll buy this one here because it costs 2 blues. When I buy these, I'm going to go over here to my area. This is where I keep my water droplets. And if I want to, I can add this to one of the perfume bottles. Now you have spots for a big perfume bottle, which is made up of a top, a bottom, and a middle. And when you finish a perfume bottle here, you're going to get 3 flagons that are added there. Or you can do a small perfume bottle, which is essentially just a bottom and a top. You can actually do both at the same time and get 2 here. Whenever you buy these tiles and whenever you finish perfume, you are going to get points. When you buy the tile itself, this shows you what you need on the tile on the back. You're going to get that many points. When you finish the perfume bottle, you get these flagons, and those you're going to be using to get points in the next round. That's where you can sell perfume to these people who show up here. You can also sell perfume for 2 and 3, but that's something you do when there's nothing else to do and you need to get rid of them. You'll simply take a dose of your perfume and sell it to a person. So if I want to sell to this person here, it needs to have at least 2 blues in it. Well, I look at my perfumes. Well, this one has 2 blues, so I can sell one of these doses. I'll take her tile off the board, and I will score 6 points. And there's only so many of these people, but as time goes by, there's an A and B stack. There are people who come out who are going to want, like this person wants 3 blues, and then they give 9 points. You have to have better perfumes. When you use up all the doses here in a bottle, then this will go away, and you'll get some water droplets for finishing it, and then you can build another perfume bottle and keep going on. Like I said, you're going to keep going on in the rounds until the time runs up. At the end of the game, you will take any water droplets that you haven't used, and you have a limit of these that you can keep from turn to turn, so you can't just like hoard these. But you'll turn them over, and however many points are on them, that's extra points. And I believe the points go up to 3 on them. They're either 0, 1, 2, or 3. Most points is the winner. When I was first shown this game and went through it, I thought it was a pretty interesting idea. Right. I like the idea of rolling dice, pushing your luck a little bit because the black and purple dice are harder to roll. Getting that stuff and then grabbing the different perfume bottles and selling them to people. It was a very interesting idea.
Right.
And I still think it's an interesting idea, but the game feels a little, I don't know what's the word, lacking for me.
It's definitely lackluster, I think. It's a set collection game, really. It's a very overproduced set collection game that's even more random than shuffle up a deck of cards and see if you can make a set by drawing from it, because you're rolling dice. You might just
Which I like doing.
The entire game. You might just get hosed. So it didn't really work for me because of that. I found it to be a little too random, a little too long for how light the game is. It's just it's too many little things that didn't quite gel make up for a game that really missed the mark for me.
Well, I agree on the one point there where long. I mean, the game here says 45 minutes. It's 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it feels like it should be a 30-minute or less game.
Right.
It's like, oh, what are we doing again? Again, we're rolling the dice. Again, each person rolls the dice. Each person sits there and goes, I'll take 2 blues, I'll take this. And then you're sitting there going, oh, they just took what I was going to take. They bought the one out there, so now I got to decide what to do, pick which dice. And It just moves. It's not bad. It just moves a little slower than it should.
And you do end up doing the same things over and over. You could shave off a few rounds off of this game and you haven't missed any arc to the story. I'm using that term very loosely.
Right. The B tiles get better than the A tiles, but they're not that much better.
Right.
And there's only one of each. Like if you're looking for a 3 blue, if someone else buys it, then you went to all that effort and now what do you do? So it's okay. I don't feel that it's a bad game inherently. Like if someone said you must play Parfum, I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess. I wouldn't hate I didn't hate playing it. I just felt like it could have been better.
I agree with you. I did not hate it, but that's because it's so inoffensive and forgettable that I think it would actually require energy for me to muster hate towards this game. Just like it would take a lot of energy to muster love. It's very middle of the road. It's a particularly bland game. Well produced. The game looks great. The bits are great. It's a beautiful game, but the gameplay is perfectly forgettable.
And I agree on that. And usually, sometimes I'll say they needed to chop parts off of a game. This one's too streamlined. It needed a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So anyway, for me, that's Parfum. Dice Tower Judgment, almost approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Fecha a porta!